I've just finished rebuilding my Rolls-Royce Mansory edition, but now Mansory want it back.
It began with a gamble that most experts would never dare to take. When Matt Armstrong spotted the wreckage of a once-perfect luxury masterpiece, a heavily customized Rolls-Royce Wraith built by the controversial tuning house Mansory and previously owned by football superstar Marcus Rashford. What lay in front of him looked less like a car and more like scattered fragment of ambition. Carbon fiber panels shattered, structural components bent, and an interior destroyed beyond recognition. To most, it was a financial nightmare, a $700,000 monument reduced to scrap. But for Matt, whose reputation had already grown through reviving impossible builds, including damaged supercars like the Lamborghini Revuelto, this wasn't just another project. It was the ultimate test of credibility, skill, and determination. Cameras rolled as he began dismantling the wreck, documenting every bolt removed, every broken panel examined, and every obstacle encountered. The restoration quickly evolved into a high-stakes engineering puzzle, requiring him to source rare handcrafted parts, reverse engineer components, and rebuild structural elements designed by Mansory's elite craftsmen. Months passed in a blur of fabrication, precision alignment, and obsessive attention to detail, and when the car finally emerged restored, the transformation looked nothing short of miraculous. The automotive world reacted instantly. Praise flooded in. Viewers called it one of the greatest rebuilds ever filmed, and for a brief moment Matt stood as the underdog who conquered the impossible. But then the drama ignited. Instead of applauding, Mansory publicly questioned the restoration, suggesting it failed to meet their exacting standards, triggering a fierce debate across the automotive community. Was it brand protection, elitism, or simply pride? Critics pointed out the irony of a company famous for modifying other manufacturers' designs, criticizing an independent builder for doing the same. The tension escalated into one of the most expensive controversies YouTube had ever seen, until an unexpected twist changed everything. Mansory invited Matt to their headquarters in Germany. What many feared would become a humiliating confrontation instead transformed into a rare collaboration. Craftsmen examined his work, acknowledged his skill, and guided him through subtle refinements that defined true Mansory perfection. The meeting blurred the lines between independent creator and luxury manufacturer, turning conflict into mutual respect. In the end, the story became larger than a single rebuild. It symbolized the shifting power of the creator economy, where determination and transparency can challenge even the most exclusive brands. A YouTuber working from a modest workshop had sparked global debate, rebuilt a destroyed icon, and forced a luxury empire to engage on equal footing. And as a restored Mansory Rolls-Royce stood gleaming under the lights, the message echoed far beyond the automotive world. Passion, persistence, and courage can rewrite the rules, even when the stakes cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. The controversy only intensified as a restored Rolls-Royce Wraith returned to the spotlight, gleaming under studio lights yet carrying the weight of a debate that had divided enthusiasts worldwide. For Matt Armstrong, the project had already proven that determination could rival exclusivity, but the public response from Mansory shifted the narrative from celebration to confrontation. The criticism was subtle yet powerful, suggesting that while the rebuild was impressive, it did not fully capture the craftsmanship associated with Mansory's elite standards. That single statement ignited discussions across forums, social media, and automotive channels. Supporters rallied behind Matt, praising his transparency and courage, while others argued that luxury brands must protect their identity at all costs. The tension transformed the rebuild into something larger than a mechanical achievement. It became a clash between independent creativity and traditional prestige. Behind the scenes, the restored car represented countless hours of problem-solving. The handcrafted carbon fiber panels required careful alignment, the bespoke interior demanded meticulous stitching, and the mechanical systems had to function flawlessly despite the severity of the original damage. Each element reflected Matt's obsession with authenticity, even when sourcing original parts proved nearly impossible. The restoration blurred the line between reproduction and reinvention, forcing him to rely on fabrication techniques that mirrored the craftsmanship of Mansory's own artisans. This level of dedication impressed viewers, but it also highlighted the complexity of rebuilding something designed to be exclusive. When Mansory extended the invitation to visit their headquarters, the drama reached its most unpredictable moment. Many expected confrontation, perhaps even public embarrassment, but the meeting evolved into something unexpectedly collaborative. Engineers and craftsmen examined the car closely, pointing out subtle differences in finish, alignment, and detailing, nuances that only insiders would notice. Instead of dismissing the work, they acknowledged the extraordinary effort behind it. The conversation shifted from criticism to refinement as techniques were shared and improvements suggested. It was a rare moment where two worlds collided, a YouTube creator and a luxury manufacturer working side by side. This collaboration reshaped perceptions. What began as a public dispute transformed into mutual respect, illustrating how modern content creators can influence even the most established brands. The rebuilt Mansory Rolls-Royce became more than a restored vehicle. It symbolized a changing automotive culture where transparency, passion, and storytelling carry as much weight as tradition. Matt's journey from a modest workshop to the halls of a luxury tuning empire captured the imagination of millions, reinforcing the idea that expertise is not confined to corporate walls. As the story settled, the restored masterpiece stood quietly, its aggressive styling and flawless finish reflecting both controversy and triumph. The project demonstrated that boundaries in the automotive world are shifting, and that independent creators now play a role once reserved for elite institutions. In the end, the fight between Matt Armstrong and Mansory was never just about a car. It was about recognition, craftsmanship, and the evolving balance of power in a digital era. And as the engine of that rebuilt icon hummed smoothly, it carried a message louder than any argument. Passion can challenge prestige, and sometimes it can even earn its respect. The drama didn't fade after the meeting. In many ways, it only deepened, because the restored Mansory creation now represented more than a rebuild. It symbolized a turning point in how influence works within the automotive world. When Matt Armstrong first purchased a wrecked Rolls-Royce Wraith customized by Mansory, few imagined the project would evolve into a global conversation about craftsmanship, ownership, and brand identity. The car itself, once owned by Marcus Rashford, had been reduced to a broken shell, its bespoke carbon fiber panels shattered, and its luxury interior destroyed. Rebuilding it demanded more than mechanical skill. It required reconstructing an artistic vision originally crafted by a company known for exclusivity. As Matt worked through the restoration, viewers watched him fabricate missing components, source rare parts, and replicate finishes that only a handful of specialists usually handle. The process turned his workshop into a laboratory of experimentation, where every success felt monumental and every setback heightened the stakes. When Mansory publicly questioned the result, the tension ignited instantly. Supporters of Matt viewed the criticism as unfair, arguing that an independent creator had achieved something remarkable without factory backing. Others sided with Mansory, insisting that a brand built on handcrafted perfection must protect its reputation. The conversation moved beyond the car, becoming a debate about authority, who defined quality in an era where creators document every step of their work. The restored vehicle, gleaming yet controversial, became a symbol of that question. Matt's calm response, choosing dialogue over conflict, shifted the tone. Accepting the invitation to Germany, he entered Mansory's headquarters not as an adversary but as someone eager to learn. What followed was unexpected. Craftsmen demonstrated subtle finishing techniques, alignment methods, and detailing practices that elevated the build further. The exchange felt less like criticism and more like mentorship, blending traditional craftsmanship with modern transparency. As the collaboration concluded, the narrative transformed. The once divisive project now illustrated how independent creators can influence even the most exclusive institutions. Matt's journey, from spotting a wrecked luxury car to working alongside elite craftsmen, captured a cultural shift. The automotive world, once dominated by manufacturers and tuning houses, now shared space with creators who document, educate, and inspire millions. The rebuilt Mansory Rolls-Royce stood quietly, its aggressive styling reflecting both controversy and cooperation. In that stillness lay the real conclusion. The most expensive drama wasn't just about a car, but about recognition, respect, and the evolving relationship between passion-driven individuals and legacy brands. And as the engine of that restored masterpiece idled smoothly, it echoed a message far beyond the garage. Determination can open doors that once seemed permanently closed. The story of Matt Armstrong and the Mansory Rolls-Royce didn't just stay confined to YouTube screens. It spilled into a global conversation about influence, creativity, and the changing nature of authority in luxury industries. As the videos documenting the restoration went viral, forums, social media feeds, and automotive news outlets exploded with commentary. Millions of viewers debated the legitimacy of Mansory's critique, dissected every panel, stitch, and carbon fiber weave in the restored car, and praised Matt's tenacity in taking on what many considered an impossible task. Each video uploaded felt like a masterclass in automotive engineering, but also a cultural statement. In the modern era, a determined individual, even one starting from a bedroom studio, could challenge and even collaborate with the most exclusive manufacturers in the world. The restoration process became almost ritualistic in its precision. Every panel removed revealed not just damage, but a lesson in design and engineering. Every weld, every piece of fabric, every hand-painted detail became a testament to skill, patience, and obsessive attention to detail. Fans followed every stage of the process as if they were witnessing a cinematic journey, the kind of drama previously reserved for high-budget Hollywood films. What made this story resonate so strongly was the way it exposed the intersection of human ingenuity, risk-taking, and modern content creation. Here was a man willing to gamble immense financial resources on a single project, knowing that failure could result in public ridicule and financial loss, yet driven by the chance to achieve something extraordinary. When Matt traveled to Germany to meet Mansory's craftsmen, the narrative pivoted from conflict to collaboration, showing that even the most elite brands could be influenced by passionate outsiders. What initially seemed like a humiliating confrontation transformed into an unprecedented opportunity to learn from the very people who had created the standards Matt had sought to meet. For the first time, the line between independent creator and institutional authority blurred. Expertise was shared, knowledge exchanged, and respect earned. The restored Mansory Rolls-Royce became more than a car. It became a symbol of possibility, showing that vision, determination, and transparency could disrupt traditional hierarchies. Every engine component, every stitched leather panel, every flawless carbon fiber curve embodied not just luxury, but the story of a modern creative revolution. Beyond the mechanics and craftsmanship, the tale carried a deeper, almost philosophical message about ambition and perseverance. It challenged long-held assumptions about who has authority in highly exclusive fields, highlighting how new media, transparency, and skill can shift power dynamics. Matt Armstrong's journey illustrated that in today's digital era, barriers between creator and institution, hobbyist and expert, are increasingly porous. His story reminded the world that bold risks, coupled with relentless commitment, can achieve results previously thought impossible. In the end, the restored Mansory Rolls did more than return to pristine condition. It represented a bridge between two worlds, the old guard of exclusive luxury automotive craftsmanship and the democratized, public-driven era of YouTube creators who can educate, influence, and inspire millions globally. This was not just a restoration. It was a revolution on wheels, a dramatic, real-life saga that forever changed how we view skill, authority, and the power of modern creators in a traditionally untouchable industry. Every moment, every decision, and every painstaking detail of Matt's journey reinforced one undeniable truth. Creativity and determination can challenge even the most entrenched institutions and, when executed flawlessly, earn recognition on a global stage. The ripple effects of Matt Armstrong's restoration saga extended far beyond the automotive community, capturing the imagination of millions around the globe who were witnessing a new era of influence unfold in real time. This was no longer simply about fixing a car. It was a case study in audacity, innovation, and the democratization of expertise. For years, luxury brands like Mansory had operated in silos of exclusivity, their work cloaked in secrecy and marketed to only the wealthiest clientele. Matt's video broke through that barrier, exposing the painstaking artistry behind each handcrafted component to a worldwide audience. Viewers were able to see the skill, the precision, and the sheer determination required to resurrect a car that even seasoned professionals deemed irreparable. Each upload revealed more than technical procedures. It unveiled the mindset of a modern creator willing to risk everything, financially and reputationally, to achieve the impossible. The story became a touchstone for what it means to redefine industry norms in the age of digital media, showing that mastery and visibility no longer belong solely to established institutions. As the saga progressed, the tension between Matt and Mansory captivated audiences in a way no traditional marketing campaign ever could. People were glued to every update, the meticulous sourcing of rare Mansory parts, the complex fabrication of bespoke carbon fiber panels, the laborious reconstruction of the twin-turbo V12 engine, and the painstaking restoration of a hand-stitched interior that could rival a fine couture atelier. The videos documented not just success, but failure, setbacks, and the relentless problem-solving that turned adversity into opportunity. Each misstep, each moment of doubt, added depth to the narrative, giving audiences a front-row seat to a battle of skill, patience, and ingenuity. This wasn't just a car restoration. It was an epic tale of a solitary creator challenging a luxury empire, proving that passion and perseverance could rival decades of institutional expertise. The climax of this journey, the meeting at Mansory headquarters in Germany, transcended conventional drama. What might have been a public humiliation became a masterclass in collaboration and mutual respect. Mansory's craftsmen didn't just critique. They taught, guided, and shared techniques that had been guarded for years, transforming the interaction into an unprecedented partnership between independent creator and world-renowned luxury manufacturer. Matt's willingness to learn, adapt, and refine his work showcased a rare blend of humility and confidence, highlighting how modern creators can reshape the landscape of traditional industries. The restored Wraith itself became a symbol, embodying both the timeless artistry of Mansory and the disruptive ingenuity of a digital-age innovator. In this story, every detail mattered. The perfect paint finish, the flawless alignment of carbon fiber panels, the meticulous stitching of leather interiors, each a testament to the potential combining skill, risk, and unrelenting vision. Ultimately, Matt Armstrong's journey is more than a story about cars or YouTube views. It is a blueprint for modern audacity, an example of how creativity, risk-taking, and digital platforms empower individuals to challenge the most exclusive institutions and earn global recognition. The saga of the Mansory Rolls-Royce became a narrative about resilience, innovation, and the shifting dynamics of influence, proving that in the modern era, determination and mastery can disrupt even the most carefully curated bastions of tradition. Matt didn't just restore a car. He rewrote the rules of engagement between creators and elite industries, leaving an indelible mark on the world of automotive excellence and digital media alike. The magnitude of Matt Armstrong's impact on the automotive world cannot be overstated. This wasn't just a YouTuber restoring a luxury vehicle. It was a collision of traditional craftsmanship and modern digital influence that reshaped perceptions about what is possible in the high-stakes world of exotic cars. Every viewer who followed this saga witnessed a painstaking reconstruction of a $700,000 Mansory Rolls-Royce, a vehicle that, to most experts, should have remained a pile of twisted metal. Matt's approach combined meticulous technical skill with storytelling mastery, turning the restoration into a serialized drama where each episode revealed another layer of complexity, from sourcing rare parts to fabricating bespoke components that even Mansory themselves struggled to replicate. The narrative highlighted the intricate balance between artistry, engineering, and sheer human perseverance. It was an audacious gamble, one that relied not only on Matt's ability to execute flawless restorations, but also on his willingness to share the unfiltered highs and lows of the process with a global audience eager for transparency, tension, and triumph. The story extended beyond mechanical repairs. It became an exploration of the evolving relationship between luxury brands and digital creators. Historically, companies like Mansory operated behind closed doors, their work reserved for an elite few. Matt's public documentation disrupted that norm, broadcasting the painstaking techniques of high-end automotive modification to millions worldwide. As the restoration progressed, what could have been a private, technical endeavor became a cultural event, forcing Mansory to acknowledge the influence of modern creators. This acknowledgement culminated in a dramatic meeting in Germany, where Mansory's craftsmen engaged directly with Matt, bridging a gap between centuries-old craftsmanship traditions and the digital-first mentality of modern audiences. The collaboration transformed potential conflict into a groundbreaking partnership, showcasing a shift in industry dynamics where creativity, transparency, and skill are increasingly recognized regardless of institutional backing. Matt Armstrong's journey serves as a case study in audacity, persistence, and the democratization of expertise. It demonstrates that skill, when combined with a relentless drive and the power of modern media platforms, can challenge even the most exclusive institutions. The restored Mansory Rolls-Royce stands not just as a testament to technical prowess, but as a symbol of a new era where creators can redefine norms, inspire communities, and force established entities to engage with a broader, more connected audience. It's a story of resilience, innovation, and disruption, a living example of how determination and vision can reshape the landscape of industries previously thought untouchable. Matt didn't just restore a car. He rewrote the rules of influence, proving that in the digital age, a determined individual can stand toe-to-toe with some of the world's most elite brands, and in doing so, leave a permanent mark on automotive history.